thought the last time I was at the Leaders Forum seemed like a very short time ago. And as NC said, we were just considering lean. And I think you'll see from the presentation, there's been a seismic shift in the way that we think about lean. We've had a very good journey in NAMA, which I hope I can do justice in the story that I'll tell in partnership with SSA. And I think over a very short period of time, which is quite unusual, we've seen a lot of successes. And I think it was an important driver at the very beginning when we started thinking about how we were going to institutionalize lean. We were able to use the levels, and I remember the discussion with SSA on this in the very beginning was, you know, we want to see how many people we can attract to the concept. So we made the decision to start with awareness and then yellow belt. And it worked reasonably well. The plan overall is that we would partner with a strong strategic partner, which turned out to be SSA, and we would develop a roadmap where NAMA Group would become self-sustained in approximately 3 to 5 years. Very ambitious, but we had to set a target somewhere with a good bit of ambition to drive the urgency of the actual project. The idea, and this is a thing that we jointly came up with, is that we would establish and operate the initiative and the project, all the time building the capability internally to eventually transfer the control of the project completely back into the NAMA Group. Think about the sustenance of the project at the very beginning. It's much easier to modify your approach than it is to suddenly think, oh, we're at the end of the implementation phase, what are we going to do now? So think about it at the very beginning and in general start building capacity. In both of the ones in this region that I've been involved in, the keys to success were that leadership support and the internal swell in the culture where people became very familiar with the language of lean. They mightn't actually know what lean is, but they're very familiar with the language around lean and what's expected. This is the numbers that we've achieved to date. So we've trained 317 people. It's quite a lot when you consider that the 2018 batch started in November. So in literally just over a year, just 317 people have been trained. And around 100 projects have been initiated at some level. When we look for feedback, and basically our feedback from our customers, there's around an 85% level of engagement, and level of satisfaction across the group, which is good. When it comes to doing this on a day-to-day basis, constant engagement is key. SSA and NICD have been openly available to go to every group company and speak on any platform about lean. And some of them have been very formal events where everybody has been there and all the senior management have shown up. Some of them have been Naveen's team and our team will go and meet one person and smooth out whatever needs to be smoothed out or inform whatever needs to be informed. These have also been very successful. It's made the journey very smooth. One comment that I'll make is, SSA follow up with me every month, and we have a meeting. After about 6 months, Naveen said to me, "So, what's the feedback?" And I said, "Look, there's been nothing negative yet. I'm starting to worry. It's all very positive so far." And I actually said to him, "I need to hear a negative comment at some point in time to make sure that I'm getting the true feedback." But the truth is, it is all positive. So far, we're not naive. We know that there's skeletons in the closet somewhere. But in general, the feedback has been very, very good. Even when there's been, and there has been a lot of moments where, I think people probably wish they didn't take on the projects, but even when those bumps came, the feedback after the interventions were good. So what I'll say is that from our experience, we've had a very interesting implementation. Lean is scary in one way, but it's actually probably, if it's done right, it's probably the most effective and friendly thing that you can do to increase efficiency. And the only message that I can give you from the ones I've been involved in is at the very, very beginning, try and pitch as much as you can exactly what you want. Try and do a lot of homework before you pitch the Lean project. What do I want from the Lean project? And what commitment am I going to get from senior leaders? That's what I'd be asking myself before I would conduct it. In our case, the senior leaders immediately committed to 1 full day of Lean induction, which is a phenomenal amount of time for them to commit. And after that, I shared a story with NC the other day. The group CEO said, "Who wants to do Lean?" And every hand in the room just immediately went up. And since that has laid the platform, I won't say completely flat, but it's laid it pretty flat for us to succeed in this particular journey. So thank you. It was my honor to present the good news story from the NAMA group to date.